Good evening, parents, and welcome to our Google Drive information session. I'm Amy Beatonbow, and I'm going to be telling you a little bit about the process that we're going to begin in January to open the Google Drive for our second graders. This is something that you received a letter about on October 8th. That letter explained a little bit about how our district has already opened our Google Drive to our 3rd through 12th graders through the Google Apps for Education process. And I'm going to show you a little bit about that today and tell you about some forms that you're going to need to sign so that you can make sure that your child will be able to have that access in January of 2016. The different apps that we will use are available on the Google Drive. The main ones that we're going to be focusing on in second grade, we will teach students how to access documents in their actual drive and documents that have been shared with them through the drive, how to go in and look at documents that they have received permission to comment on or to edit. We will also be talking with them about the Google Mail app, and they will have some practice with a generic account before they receive their own. You will also receive their usernames and passwords so that you can look at that account. One of the things that is discussed in this parent letter, and we want to make sure that you understand, is that with this Google account, there is no outside access. Students will only be allowed to send and receive emails from users inside the lex3.org domain. So from their teachers, from their classmates, but they will not be able to send you emails. They will not be able to receive emails from you. And there are several filters on this account, and we are also going over some rules, things that they need to know about sharing information, what to share, what not to share in the months before they're given this access. So hopefully they will grow up to be safer users of technology. As attached to this letter, you also received the Internet and Email Student Acceptable Use Agreement. You probably have already signed this document at registration. However, we did send it out again to all of our second graders just to make sure that parents and students were familiar with the rules. And we will be going over this with all of the students, as well as the form that you will receive at the end of this screencast, which is attached to our BLPS policy. You will be asked to fill out the top portion of this paper and then give it back to the facilitator. We will give these to your students or to your children when we give them their accounts to make sure that they understand that they also have to follow these policies and these guidelines, and to give them some accountability because they're going to have to sign it and date it so that we know that they are aware of the rules. Now, I wanted to go and show you the actual policy. You should have a copy of that somewhere on your table. It is the same policy that we have in place at all of the other schools. Some of the wording has changed a little bit for the primary school because we are going to show students this policy. We understand that they're not going to understand every aspect of it, but we wanted to make it as user-friendly as possible for them. A lot of these safety issues and the personal use issues that are listed here, we're going to go over when we teach them our digital citizenship curriculum. There is a curriculum in place that was developed with all the media specialists in the district last year so that we can make sure that they're getting skills from K-5 all the way through 12th grade that build on each other so that they understand what they should do when they're using the internet and when they're using all these other digital tools. We use the Common Sense Media website a lot. You have a copy of this paper that has online resources, and at the very bottom of that, I did put the Common Sense Media site. You can go on there and access some of the digital citizenship lessons. We usually don't use their curriculum in full because it's made more for third graders and above, but we do use several of the videos and some of the examples from this site so that we can make make examples a little more concrete for them. We also have let me find my tab. We have on our school website a student resources page. And on the second portion of this, there is a cyber safety link before you link activity book. And this can be downloaded for you to talk with your kids at home about some of the things, some of the behaviors that you expect and some of the behaviors that you don't want to see when they're working on the internet. Our digital citizenship curriculum is created here at our school, specifically tailored to our students. And whenever we have these lessons, we send home sheets. This is an example of one of the second grade activities. We do these sheets together and we discuss them, and the students are encouraged to take these home and talk with you about them so that you will know what we've talked about in school and that you can also reiterate what you expect them to do when they're at home if those behaviors are different. Back to the education policy. If you will scroll down or look down through the last few pages, you will see that there is a space for your child's email and password. We are not going to be giving them that information until January, and that is only if you have attended one of these classes and you have signed the paper that is next, and that they have passed a post-test. We're working with them really from October through December on some of these rules and behaviors, and we're going to test them on what we've learned in December. If they pass that test, and we're hoping that they all will, then they will be given that information. Before you leave today, if you have any questions or comments, we encourage you to put those on our parent Google session feedback. You can find this in the bookmarks tab. If you would just tell us how you feel about your child having access to this account. And then if you do have reservations and you do click unsure, if you would please let us know what your reservations are and if there's anything that we can do to help you, and we'll try to incorporate some of these suggestions before January. Thank you for your attention, and please let me know if you have any comments or questions. You can find my email on our school webpage under the Departments tab at abeatonbow@lex3.k12.sc.us. Thank you.